Previously on Play for Keeps.
Hey, look, you can use this too. I know we're not going to, but it's a good time.
And for me, it was Double Dragon 3 out of all of them. Love the whole Wizards and Warriors game series.
Those two were synonymous with Game Boy for me.
You know what the percentage was on finding a Pikachu in Viridian Forest in the early game? It was Sonic, it was Sonic, it was Sonic, it was Sonic Knuckles, and Alter Beast.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors is one of the greatest games of all time.
There was something going on, and I just didn't click for it. By far, probably one of the top tier Mario games ever. Which I didn't play X2 and X3, but I went right into X4, and that opening of X4 just changed everything.
What? What am I fighting for?
Well, I know what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for part 2. That's right, folks. Welcome back to Nerd Initiative. My name's Off the Cuff Tom. But as a reminder, it's Monday night. It's 8 o'clock. You know what time it is. It's time to start your week off right here on Play for Keeps, the show. This time, we're talking A is for about time because we got a lot of part 2s we got to do's. So we're starting this off with Press Start, part 2. A gaming retrospective. Mickey?
Yeah.
Hit the intro.
You got it.
That's right, folks. We are back after those smooth and mellow tones, and we hope you've all had a wonderful week. As always, my name's Off the Cuff Tom, Nerd Initiative's pop culture connoisseur. And with me, as always, he's the Mad Cats to my officially licensed product. He's the voice of Nerd Initiative. He's Mickey CWK Smith. What's going on, Mickey?
Oh, not a lot. That's a good throwback. Mad Cat's ever heard that in a while. I like that.
That's why I do what I do. How was your week, my friend?
Pretty good. Really good week. Not a lot going on, so that's a good thing. Got to relax a little bit.
Well, let's just get over with it. Any pickups this week?
Yeah, I got two actually. Pretty good deal on Amazon. Wasn't really planning on getting this guy, but I got the Electro Spider-Man No Way Home. It was like
that really was on a good deal. So yeah, good call on that.
Yeah. And then
finally got him with yellow. Yeah.
And I saw, this guy in Walmart, and I just had to have him. It was the Anakin from the Ahsoka show. It's got the cloth good.
Okay,
good.
so it's See, now the only Anakin I'm missing from my collection is I want animated Anakin.
And this is a big deal because I swore off Black Series. Like, I'm not buying any more Star Wars figures.
That's okay.
And I was like, well, what inspired me was that 2-pack that San Diego Comic-Con revealed of him and Rex.
Yeah.
But I really just wanted that Anakin, and then I saw it, and I was like, it's meant to be.
The Force guided you to it, my friend.
Yeah, that's right.
Unfortunately for me, I did not really pick up anything this week. I mean, I have some new display shelves back here, but that's about it. But that's all good with everything else that's going on. But you know what? That's our news. But let's talk about what's going on in toy news.
Mm-hmm.
This just in, there are toy news. Things.
Why are we on the last slide?
I don't know. You're the one that set this up, man.
Are
we going to be talking about the new Snake
Eyes? Eventually, yeah. SH Figmart Super Mario? Yeah.
I have thoughts.
I want to hear them.
And we know I don't know why I'm talking into my microphone, even though it doesn't have the thing on it. But I'm going to use this for a while.
On location.
Yeah, sure, why not? Product placement.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this. Jack Pacific has done some really good figures.
Thank you. Yes.
And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge figure arts fan. I have $1,000+ in figure arts in my collection. Not trying to brag.
Yeah.
But what is it that figure arts can do that Jax hasn't? Now I get it. They'll probably have some better points of articulation.
Yeah.
And that's it. Maybe a little bit more texture on the painting. They're not as flat or as matte.
Yeah.
But wahoo.
Wahoo.
I mean, I'm sorry, but my money's in another castle.
It's interesting. I'm glad you said something about the Jack specific because I was going to say I already have the Jack specific. Why do I need these?
Yeah. Like, what's the scale on? Like, let's look up some numbers here.
Man, I don't know, but you know, price point wise, it's going to be a lot more
It'll
than
be
a
figure
Jack
arts.
specific. So, yes,
Now, actually, they're not bad.
articulation will be great. Paint will be great. I know, but still. Also,
Okay,
is that
so
Bowser in scale like that, or is he going to be bigger than?
I don't know. So I'm
Right.
looking over on one of the websites, and it looks like there will be a little bit more texture. He will have better posability.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
and
figured
from
that.
figuarts.com, it's, let's see, there's a Tamashii Nations variant, of course. There's a fire variant. But then you have to, see, this is where, they're doing the Kamen Rider Forze thing.
Which is?
For reference, Kamen Rider Forze was a Kamen Rider who was famous for having multiple accessories and whatnot. He could switch out his arms and his leg stuff. So the Goombas, the coins, the mushrooms, all of that stuff looks like it comes as separate packs.
Okay.
So red pipe with Buzzy Beetle and Piranha Plant. Green pipe with Green Shell and a Goomba. I don't know how I feel about that. Now I'm looking here at this Bowser, King of the Koopas, blah, 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 blah. He's 5 inches tall, 5.1 inches tall. Available, huh?
Don't like that.
Yeah, and how big is Mario?
Probably looks about the same in this picture.
I'm clicking away here. 100 millimeters tall, which in English is, I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What is that in American?
Yeah. 3.93. So that's a 4-inch.
Okay. There's a little difference.
So you're paying $10 an inch for those figures.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. I got the $10 one at Walmart.
Yeah, I think I got my cat Toad somewhere around here. I'm good with that.
Exactly. Oh man. Moving on.
Move it. Dude.
Hello Kitty TMNT
Hello,
crossover.
Like,
what's going on here?
I mean, they've done Hello Kitty with so many other franchises.
Yeah.
They've done, I know Naruto was the big one for the longest time. So I'm kind of okay with this.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish my boy Choco Cat was out there. I'm glad Pom Pom Purin got like one figure.
Yeah.
Right? If I remember, is that Pom Pom Purin?
I don't know any of the Hello Kitty figures.
Shame on you.
Oh, you're on there. Sorry.
I mean, I'm glad that Hello Kitty got one of each, which is fine. But yeah. So that means that I only got like a week left to get the mini Happy Meal stuff. If anybody's been collecting those, I need the storefront.
Oh yeah.
Did I tell you what I got for my first pull for them?
No.
I got the golden Happy Meal first pull.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's exciting. I see Kat says my one complaint is why didn't they make Tuxedo Sam as Casey Jones?
Because he's not Choco Cat.
Booyah.
Sorry, man, that dude needs more love.
All right. Choco Cat needs more love. You heard it here.
Choco Cat.
Lego Wally set with Eve, and I forgot the little guy's name that cleans up the floor, but he's cute as all get out.
Oh, Scrubby Burt. No, I remember what the fire guy was.
Scrubby McScrubberson.
Yeah.
But this is cool, man. It's got some playability features to it too, with the
M-O.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
But the plant boot can go inside of Eve or inside of Wally. He can fold up into a cube. I think that's really cool. I
got to give him credit on this. I think that this is a good one. I I like how they did the tower there so Eve could stand up on a base plate of some sort. That's smart. I like when Lego does smart like this.
Yeah.
And the fact that they incorporated some Technic to do the treads.
That's awesome.
I'm all about it. But how much is this probably going to be? 150, 160?
No, I think it's $69.99. I
No
don't remember.
way.
Hold on, I got it right here.
I got it. I got triple screen. $69.99.
Yeah,
no
that's what I thought it was.
crap.
I had looked it up. Yeah,
Wow.
that's not bad. It's not bad.
I'm impressed.
And I didn't throw it up here, but I shared it in our Discord earlier today that they're kind of playing around with Lego ideas with Supernatural. Looks real cool. I can't wait to see if that happens. I hope that happens. I can't wait to see it.
Speaking of Supernatural, big, huge, happy shout out to one of our huge Supernatural fans here in house with the Nerd Initiative. Happy birthday out to Lauren from Hops Geek News.
Happy
as
birthday.
She celebrates 39 again.
I feel you.
Yeah, my back hurts just saying it.
Exactly. Oh, so
you come to me on the day of Lauren's birthday and you give me a figure.
I'm a fan of Beast Kingdom. I like what they do.
They do great stuff.
Yeah. And it's almost Mezco level, but a little bit cheaper. And yeah, so you got Don Corleone, right? I thought this was really cool. Comes with the daggone chair. I was like, no, that's awesome. It comes with the chair. And all those little hands, etc. Not a lot you could do with the Godfather as far as accessories go. I would have liked to seen the cat. The cat.
I would have liked to have maybe a head swap on this.
Yeah.
Like, do we just need to have him see? Because
he looks the same throughout the movie. He looks just like it.
Sorry, I don't have the cotton balls to put in my lips, so.
No. Yeah.
I'll give him credit on that.
I think it looks cool. Movie fans like me.
Yeah, if you're a movie buff, absolutely.
It's something I would think about, but I'm probably not going to shell out the money for him because it's not something I really, really have to have. Just like I have their Penguin on pre-order from Batman Returns, and he looks great. I can't wait for that to come in from Beast Kingdom because I have the Joker, and I was like, and I have Batman. I can put them all together. So yeah, there you go. Beast Kingdom, Don Corleone up for pre-order. Pretty cool stuff. This is beautiful, but of course, it is a Mondo figure.
Oh man, I was gonna say, is this the 2-pack we were talking about from Mattel Creations?
Unfortunately not. So this is gonna be a big old punch in your wallet if you wanted to get something like this. I don't remember how much it was now. I'm sure it's like $250 if I had to guess.
$250 right on the dot.
Oh man, no. That's just for She-Ra.
Oh God, how much?
If you want the bundle, both of these, $795. Swift win alone is $600. So you're getting a deal on She-Ra if you buy the bundle. So sorry, folks. We're having some technical difficulties with time. Oh.
Don't worry, I turned my microphone off.
Yeah, thank you. Man, they make some really cool stuff, but dude, that is for high-end collectors for sure. Like, you got to be rich if you want to collect Mondo. This is the way it is. Sorry, but it looks fantastic. It's a piece of art.
Oh, it absolutely is. Is it $750 worth? No. So we're taking bets in this chat and the super chat for how long this is until it gets massively discounted.
Do none of their stuff ever gets discounted, does it? I keep an eye out sometimes because there's some things I've wanted. I even looked today actually on Big Bad Toy Store, like at the Mondo stuff, and like none of it was reduced. And I was like, geez, man, it's all still like it was the X-Men stuff. It's still $200, $250. So whatever. It's never gonna be for me. So it's okay.
No.
Unless I hit the lottery or something.
No.
So McFarlane Toys, the Scorpion news came out. It's gonna be on pre-order really soon. And I assume the others are gonna fall in line, but they also had like really good higher res images because all we saw was like the panel
Yeah, we saw the
Uh,
ones from off the big screen.
Yeah, and now we got like really good pictures, and I had to share that penguin rubber ducky mobile because it just looks so good,
The
and so do the
paint
other
looks
figures.
so good. It looks like I love the dilapidated paint that it's not bright and
Yes,
fresh, that it looks like it's been sitting down in the sewer from,
yes.
whatever for so many years.
And no pre-order date yet, but it is coming as soon as what it said on all the news I looked up. So I'm
I
gonna be
don't
keeping an
know.
eye out.
I don't know if I want that Mortal Kombat. I don't know if I want Scorpion. I don't know. I'd like to see what other ones I get.
Well,
And
I know,
yes, I know it's classic,
yeah,
but that's like a mashup of like Mortal Kombat 3
yeah,
and
exactly.
uh,
A lot of the figures look like Mortal Kombat 3 ish to me that I saw in that line. So yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Could
I
go up
know,
in smoke.
I know Liu Kang, Sub Zero, Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, at least are the ones I know that I've seen are coming. I don't know what's coming after that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we'll see how they. Well, more news to come. Fans of Pennywise, the show, welcome back to Derry, I think it is, or welcome to Derry.
Yep.
Movie Maniacs, if anyone collects that line, they have like, I guess this is the modern Pennywise next to like maybe a older Pennywise because he looks a little different. I'm not sure what's going on with his head. It looks like he's wearing a cap almost with a different hairstyle. Not sure how I feel about that. I don't know what that's about, but maybe it's a part of the something from the show that we haven't seen yet. But pretty cool looking figure. Oh, yep. You're allergic to flowers.
It scared the snot out of me. Yeah, I don't know if this is Bill Skarsgård versus Tim Curry's Pennywise. So anybody who's a horror fan, especially if Rich is out there in the chat, definitely let us know. Again, everybody kind of knows I haven't watched anything scary in over a decade, so I can't tell you which is which.
I mean, I love it, like the movie, the 2 parts that came out, which is more towards the Pennywise on the left. That one on the right, I think, is probably more from the show, but I don't know what the timeline is or any of that. I just, it was a really cool figure and news for horror fans. That's coming out for you soon. Actually, let me see. Pre-order August 6th. So this week, if you're interested.
Not me.
Not me. Not you. The monster. NECA. They revealed this during San Diego Comic-Con, right?
These look so good.
They do. They look so good. And like, I kind of want them, but I'm not gonna. I'm telling myself no because of all the other stuff I have to collect. But if I ever see these on clearance, which I probably won't because they're super awesome and popular, I would totally pick them up. But
yeah, I think these would be one of those, because now we have time, we have space and stuff to move around and do seasonal things. They might go into like my Halloween setup when we put Halloween figures out.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Oh, and he even comes with his little teddy bear too. Oh, shoot, man, I might need this.
At least Herman, huh?
Well, and look, he's got the smirk, he's got the face, and he's got the
Exactly.
Grandpa. If anything, I want, I definitely want Herman. Oh man, that looks good. And I like the fact that they didn't do because we know Grandpa always had different color gradation.
Yeah.
And then we saw some like made for TV movies in the 70s and early 80s where they all made them this one weird blue color because it wouldn't pick up on camera. So it's cool. I'm about this one. Cheers.
NECA Ultimates are usually like really good, and they definitely hit the mark here with sculpting and everything. So, yeah, those are available for pre-order now, if I'm not mistaken. And now we're going to go into sale because we obviously talked about it during our previous episode when we recapped San Diego Comic-Con, but we got some more like promo images, detailed images where we can
see, man, look at this. Lord
what
Power
comes with these things. Yeah.
All the pieces, all the bits. And I will say, we've been fortunate enough to have some of their figures, and you see that, with the time and consideration that Nacelle puts out into these figures, and not only that, with their learning each particular wave on when it comes to tooling and painting.
Yeah.
They're growing, and you can see their line growing with them as well. that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. I'm assuming that these are interchangeable busts, but it says twist to transform. So what does that mean exactly? I'd like to
So
know.
Twist to Transform is the original Power Lord
Yeah.
Power. You had to twist him, and then you had the hands that were weird. So I'm seeing that we have the extra hands. So I'm assuming you'd have to do a hand swap at least.
I'd be interested to see more like in-hand
Mhm.
images, hopefully soon. And of course, Arcus, who we saw at the end of RoboForce.
Yep.
He's a huge figure. I saw the images of him at San Diego Comic Con. That thing is big. I don't know how much
Mhm.
that's going to be, but it's going to be worth it as far as I'm concerned.
Take my money now.
We also talked about the sectors, the flying. What do they call their insects that they ride? Do you know?
They're mounts, if I remember correctly. There is a
Mount.
term for them specifically, and if you read the copy from Oni Press, it is in there.
Dragonflyer is
Yep,
what the sector is riding. I guess the other one is probably
the Prince Rise Dragonflyer. I
Spider
cannot
Flyer.
remember his flyer. I remember we were actually Brian and I were talking about this last year, guaranteed that the bugs are coming. And you know, any of you kids of the 80s, remember these were so cool because they're just hand puppets. Now,
Yeah.
one thing I want to find out, and I don't know if this is on the release or not, take a look at Dragonflyer and Spiderflyer. Their eyes are lit up. Are there LEDs in there? Or is it just there for
So
effect?
in what I'm reading, it doesn't say.
Okay.
Oh wait! I found it with impressive new light up eye features. So there you go.
Ooh,
Mhm.
impressive new light up eye features. Very
Mhm.
nice.
Inspired by original 80s toys and packaging designs.
Nice. Again, look, Nacelle was my number one call for all of San Diego. So
Yeah, for sure. That's exciting. And those are only $40 a piece. Not bad.
yep.
On to Biker Mice from Mars. I don't know if anybody's been reading the comics, but we're getting a Stoker figure, which is cool.
Mhm.
Yep. So another piece to add that collection if you're a big fan. I'm gonna have to think about it. So far, I like Stoker in the comics. He's kind of like he's a little bit of a tool, but
Yeah, that's a nice way to say it. You know, we don't want to get flagged too many times on here.
yeah.
So I turned my mic off.
But he's a fiery individual.
Yes, he is. I'm interested to see what his bike's going to look like too. Because remember, like I said, every figure comes with a helmet because they'll eventually get bikes.
Yes, he looks good too, man.
And
yeah, they all look good.
They're all great. Let's be honest. And of course, he comes with the hot dog. I don't know what the chicken wing is for, but we'll go with that.
It's like a
As
drumstick.
long as it comes with the hot dog. Yeah, as long as he has his hot dog.
And that cool whip. Man, there's a lot of cool accessories with that guy.
Yep. And I want to see how that particular flame effect works on the character.
Yes. Obviously, Nacelle is big into Star Trek.
Yep. And I'm so glad that we've got these new images of, you know, I'm not sure if that's Ensign or Lieutenant Nog, and then Captain Janeway from that one particular episode where they were stuck in, you know, it was the year of hell.
Yeah.
Like, these look so good.
Are these like
just to confirm, no ab crunch?
That's okay.
It's a running gag.
Yeah. Have they already released some of Wave 2, or are these like the first of Wave 2?
These are the sneak peeks of Wave 2. Okay, so you can get these all for pre-order. Yeah.
Wave 1 currently for purchase. But they went ahead and gave us a sneak peek of Wave 3 as well, which looks like all of the original series, which is great. Now we're in my wheelhouse.
And I love the fact that we got Nurse Chapel as well, as played by Maelle Roddenberry. I'm wondering, I really am interested to what's in the box. So who do you think could be in the box? Let's see.
Surprise 2-pack, it says. That's interesting. I won't. I don't know. Well, we don't see. Oh yeah, never mind. We do see Scotty.
Yep.
Man, I might have to get that Leonard McCoy. I gotta.
I don't know
I don't know who would be in that 2-pack.
who could be in that 2-pack.
There's so many characters. Oh no, they wouldn't do that. You think they would do like a what's that thing that Kirk fights?
A Gorn?
The Gorn and Kirk, like maybe like a battle damaged Kirk.
You know what? Considering right now how big the Gorn are in Strange New Worlds, that would be really smart to do. Now, obviously, we'd have to do the original design or a Gorn and a Klingon because you know that one episode of the Trouble with Tribbles when DS9 went back to that episode, you know, it'd be neat to have like one of those old school Klingons, you know, that was just cheap makeup.
That'd be cool. That's what I'm going with. But they went ahead and told us Wave 4 as well.
I know. Like, look at this: Captain Sisko, Savick, Beverly Crusher, Data, and I know also, if I remember correctly, they did mention that Worf was going to be getting his commander ship thing to like Data with that particular outfit.
Oh, okay.
Oshi
That'd be cool.
Sato, you know, Pavel Chekhov would come for your nuclear vessels. Now the big thing is this Tom Paris figure. Are they going to do it in black and white grayscale?
That would be cool.
You know,
Extra points.
I think, yeah. I think that you know that Nacelle has learned that the Star Trek fandom wants their figures, and that they're making sure they put out not just the figures, the oddball figures, but also the figures that people want, like the captains, like the back and forth is smart on their part.
Oh yeah, for sure. These are all bangers. These next two
Oh,
waves,
God,
well, they've been pretty good so far. But yeah, we're getting into the meat of the things for me. So I like it. I like it a lot. And last but not least, you saw it first. The Universe Origins Snake Layer crowdfund, which is like Mattel's Hasbro HasLab, right? So you help fund this and get it made. I think it's a little much, and I don't know what this is made out of. If it's just like the Castle Grayskull kind of plastic, like whatever, that's $300. $300 right now. I don't know if there's any stretch goals or anything like that with it, but yeah, it looks cool. Looks like your regular old play set. You got cool little stuff on the back or on the inside.
Just over 2 feet tall, 2 feet wide, just over 2 feet wide. Yeah, cool. It's got all the stuff, and it's got this great paint appliques and the accessories, but is it worth it?
The paint looks good. The detail looks good. It's on scale with Origins figures, and also matches up with Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain. Includes Chimera, Lady Slither's two-headed evil steed. So that's a good little bonus. 4 levels across 2 sections. Use the snake staff to unlock the working drawbridge. There's a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool play features hidden in there. Yeah, I'm not going to go through every one of them because there's a lot. But a minimum of 6,000 backers are needed to start making this set come to life. So, big fans.
Do we have an updated count on that yet?
I do not. I don't think I'm going to look. I would assume Masters of the Universe fans are pretty rabid, so it'll make it more than likely. Everything else they've done has.
As of currently, there are 3 weeks left, and they have 2,217 backers.
You're not close.
Just over a third.
Yeah. Times they are changing. Not as in demand as it used to be, I guess.
But you know what is in demand? Retro gaming.
Boy, is it. It's funny. I don't know if it's the new generation. Like, my youngest son is just obsessed with it. Like, Dad, I want the old stuff. I want the old stuff, Dad. I want the old stuff. Like, okay. I want a game.
I think because they've nerfed games so much now that they just make them too easy. There's barely any challenge.
Maybe. I don't know.
I did hear one good announcement of video games this past week, so I'm we'll see what pans out from that.
Yeah.
They announced Darksiders 4.
Okay.
After we had that really crappy prequel.
I was not a huge fan of that series. I played the first one and I was like, this is okay. Tried to play the second one. I was like, I don't care anymore.
So yeah, player 1 and player 2, we are back at it. We are talking about our personal favorite video games, sharing a little bit of ourselves with you. Tonight, we're going to be talking about PlayStation 2, some Nintendo, and the Xbox, the original Xbox, because I can't call it even Xbox One, can I?
You know what? Trying to find stuff, when you type in popular Xbox games, everything just goes straight to like Xbox One and newer. I was like, okay, original Xbox games, please. It was so hard to get them to search stuff like that. That kind of made me mad. Because those are cool things. Don't let them go away. Don't let them disappear.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
So let's push the button and let's get started. All the way back in October of 2000.
Let me know if you've let me hit that nostalgia button for you real quick. Hold on a second.
Very nice.
That hits the spot.
And then, of course, you know, it also goes back to the fact that, remember, like I said last time, I've never bought my first PlayStation 2, or PlayStation 3. So my dad got me, or my girlfriend got me, my original PlayStation. My PlayStation 2 indirectly was from my dad, and I didn't get that until summer of 2002.
Okay. Funny story. So I had not been long having my first job when PlayStation 2 came out. So I wanted to spend my money on something, right? So I saved up and I bought a GameCube. And I had buyer's remorse like a week later, because all my friends were just talking about how much fun they were having on Grand Theft Auto 3. And I was like, damn it, what have I done? What have I done here? Kept my receipt though. Took that bad boy back to Walmart. I was like, this doesn't work. I would like a PlayStation 2, please. And made that exchange and got that. So didn't get it originally, but I got it in the long run, and I'm glad I did, because I had a lot of fun with it and a lot of great memories. As you can see here. And I'm going to be honest with you. I could have put 100 games up here on PlayStation 2. It was really hard for me to kind of narrow it down. And we do have more stuff. Some of your stuff I could talk about. And I got a whole slide dedicated to a type of game that I really liked on PlayStation, or still like to this day. But dude, this is kind of when I got hard into like Madden, because of Madden 2004 was so much fun, you know, and Michael Vick was a cheat code. Like you played with him, you couldn't lose, basically. I have God of War up here, but you go ahead and say God of War 2 as well. Both of those games are just bangers. Just so much fun.
Well, way to hear my story when it comes to that game.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai, I had not been long into watching the anime on Toonami before those games started dropping out. And you can go ahead and put them all on the list too. 1, 2, 3. I had them all. Just hours of fun playing with friends and my little brother, playing through the story again. You know, I don't have to wait like 10 episodes to see something happen. I can just wait a couple of minutes. But that was a lot of fun. I got to relive those exciting moments.
And I will say, what I like about Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi is the fact that, compared to the newer games that are there for drawing things out and collectors and, you know, completionists and this and the other thing, how do you customize your character? No, this is exactly what a fighting game of this type should be. Here's your move set. Here's your thing. Go. Yes. I don't need to collect Stardust or, you know, this particular costume so I can pull off this move because if that happened at this point. No. Give me special beam cannon, and I'm good. Give me a Kamehameha, good.
Exactly.
And it was fun. Double jump and makes you fly. Okay, we can do that.
It was fun to have the 3D environments, and you could hit them into mountains, and they would explode. But like, it wasn't a cutscene; it would just happen, and then you're back. Yeah. You're still in the fight. You know what I mean? you could do that and charge them, and as the rubble is clearing, and still just stay on top of them. That was just a lot of fun. Um, Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. I wanted to put them both up here, but I just picked 2 because you had a bigger roster basically. Those stories were fun, man. Like if you were a comic book fan, those games were perfect. And there's
Mhm.
another one on your list that I tried to put up here. We'll talk
Well,
about it too.
I put it on there simply because it wasn't on here.
Yeah, I could again can't fit everything up here, but I was like, I'm gonna go with the one I probably logged the most hours into, and that was Ultimate Alliance 2. I always built like basically Marvel Knights, right? I'd have Ghost Rider, Blade, uh, Moon Knight, whoever, whoever was in like the horror side of comics, and throw
And that was
Spider-Man and
also the
Wolverine
best
in there
part
too.
that you could build your teams and they would get a set bonus. So if you had
Yes,
Johnny
yeah.
Sue thing and haircut, you'd have a stretch. You'd get
Yeah, yeah.
the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
You
that was
know,
fun. That and combo moves were awesome, and we got to see that in the movies eventually with Avengers, like Iron Man
Mhm.
hitting Captain America's shield and him reflecting it to hit enemies. That's awesome. I love doing stuff like that in the game. It just added another feature that was the story's already good, but the gameplay is awesome too. It's just a lot of
Yes.
fun, especially for comic book nerds. It was a field day. Um, Max Payne was an awesome game to me. It was hard at times, but
That
like in
that one
a
dream
good way.
sequence walking along that little
In a good way because I had a tendency to get really mad if I couldn't beat something like I would like rage out sometimes. But for some reason that one, like it didn't make me mad. I was still like into it. And I wouldn't get mad. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do it this time. I don't know. Anyway, it was a really cool story. It was kind of like I like that stuff, kind of Punisher like stuff. I
Mhm.
love that kind of stuff. So that was really cool. Um I said Grand Theft Auto 3 was the reason I bought the console. It's iconic. Vice City was cool, but Grand Theft Auto, the OG was just too good, man. Just too good. Um, Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man games really that were based on the movies were fun, but Spider-Man 2 I probably had the most fun because I would literally just put on the soundtrack for the movie and turn the volume
Mhm.
down and just web swing.
Oh, nice.
I'd web swing for the whole soundtrack. That's like
Yeah,
an hour.
there there was something about movie video game tie-ins that I've never been a fan of.
Yeah.
So I tried it. It just didn't hit.
See, that these felt different to me. They felt more not almost independent in a way. They kinda did their own thing with the movie characters, but, like, yeah, the Spider-Man ones were really good to me. Other ones, I agree with you. Usually, they suck, but for some reason, those stuck with me really good. And then I say the best for last, Def Jam Fight for New York. Dude, that was revolutionary to me.
Nope,
Never?
not my wheelhouse.
My guy. So, like, I've played this the first time at, like, a college party, I think, or I went to some older friends, and they were playing it, and it's just hip hop and like a fighting game. And I was like, this is awesome. We would just have fun listening to the soundtrack and playing doing these awesome moves. And
Oh, I bet.
the crowds were interactive. Like you shove somebody into the crowd, somebody would break a bottle over their head. I was like, dude, this is awesome. And then they came out with Def Jam Vendetta after that, which was awesome too. Again, couldn't fit it on here, where there was a really good story behind that one. And you got to create a character, which was even more fun and kind of grow him along this path instead of using existing characters, which were popular rappers, by the way, like Method Man, Redman, DMX. You would unlock them in the first game as you fight
Well,
through.
does it really matter who you pick? Because at the end of the day, X gonna give it to you.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, a small sample size, be honest with you, because this console and PS3 and Xbox 360 are like my big ones, right? Like I just
Well,
have.
should we ruin the surprise?
What's the surprise?
Not only, folks, is this series going to be a part
Oh.
2. Yeah,
Yeah, there's
we're
just too
going to
much.
part 3.
There's just too much.
It really, really is. And I
Oh.
think that goes to the fact that we start getting adult money and we can start affording things.
I mean, I think this is the golden age of gaming. If you ask me, this is where it was like
Mm-hmm.
perfect. They got a
So,
lot of things right.
so here's the deal. A lot of these games are big franchise games.
Yeah.
One I completely forgot to put on here is GoldenEye Rogue Agent. I like a good first-person shooter, especially if it is a story-based game. So if you ever get a chance to play GoldenEye Rogue Agent, highly recommend. It's the flip
Okay.
side of 007. It's literally a rogue agent who's dead, and they put a wonderful game, Quantum of Solace, but that was on PS3. Ratchet and Clank, man, started on PS2. Man, I love Ratchet and Clank. James Arnold Taylor, that's his natural voice doing Ratchet. Like he might just take it up just a little bit, but that's it.
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes, man, like if you ever got a chance to play this, it's a fun, wonderful game. You still get the speed of Sonic, but you get some platforming. You get some great, getting to switch out with the rest of your team. And that opening sequence and song,
It's
kiss,
It's good.
beautiful. Shadow the Hedgehog, one game, 13 different endings. Like, come on.
They just
And he
got
has
guns.
the pew pew. Need for Speed Underground 2. I am not a big racing game person. For one very simple reason. And this is gonna blow everybody's mind when I say it. Doesn't matter. They give you the tools to always get first place. You just have to drive better than everybody else.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Like you could have the base stock vehicle and you can still get first place. Just drive better.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I know what the next slide is too. Sorry.
It's okay.
So real quick, God of War 2 has a funny story.
Okay, I gotta hear this.
All right, everybody sitting down for this one? Here we go. So God of War 2 came out and I was going through a divorce.
Oh, okay.
That game dropped. I went and got it day of, as a matter of fact. I knocked off work. And when I got done, I went home and I played that game for 16 hours straight.
Woo.
And I called off for work the next day and I blamed my ex-wife. Man, she called me. She's giving me a hard time. She was this. And I had a bunch of bleeding heart coworkers like, yeah, it's okay, Tom. No problem. You stay home. We got this today. I got 4 hours of sleep. I woke right back up and played again.
Hell yeah.
Because I went right into New Game Plus and start unlocking stuff.
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts, man. I mean, I know if Josh was here in the chat today, he would be just raving about it too. I think Josh and I both absolutely love this game series, and I have Keyblades around my office for a reason. Yeah. This was genre defining. I mean, we had gone from Mickey's Magic Castle and cutesy kind of stuff in the Disney universe to a big, heavy storyline with Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. And there has been people that have literally gone on and recorded maxing out at level 99 on Destiny Islands before even starting the game. And we're talking hundreds and hundreds of hours of just getting that same 3 XP over and over and over and over and over. Like that's crazy. But yeah, that's just some of what I got. But what are you circling around?
Well, before I pass on to that, I did want to touch on Kingdom Hearts because I've said it before. And every time it comes up, I think about how like passionate people are about that game that grew up with it, that played in that time. And I always feel bad because I didn't, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, dang, I missed out on that experience because I tried to go back playing it, at a much older age. And I was like, I just don't care. And I was like, I'm sure if I had played it along with everyone, I would have been just as enamored as everyone else. So I'm always mad at myself for not hopping
I was
in.
late to the game. So when 2 came out, when I saw, oh, wow, they did make a sequel, that's when I went and got 1.
I'm talking about like, I think they had all already come out before I even decided I'm going to try. And I was like, I can't do it.
That's all right. And that's why.
But I know how important it is to people because I see him at cons all the time, and my brother also grew up playing it, and he's loves it to death. So I see it, and I'm like, dude, I wish I could have that feeling. I have that feeling with other games, obviously, but I see that I was like, I know what that feels like, so it's awesome. Yeah,
and it's so weird, like the fact that I thought, oh man, I'm cool, I'm off Scuff Tom, I got some great, and I'm like, dude, everything on my damn list is an A1 game. Seriously, like I might have something on another slide, but still,
we're kind of getting into the era of where those games just kind of ruled, right? Like you couldn't go
Mhm.
find a Zombie Ate My Neighbors or I don't know, something else that was like in Super Nintendo and where they had these off games that you would just find like diamonds in the rough. So yeah, I get it. But yeah, I want to go fast. Your boy loves racing. Need for Speed 2.
Underground. Oh,
I don't know how many hours I logged in that game. I would just ride around like I didn't care. I'm
why
listening to
did they
music.
stop that franchise? They went to this Most Wanted BS. Like,
I
I'm
like Most
sorry.
Wanted. Well, Most Wanted was fun as well because I like running from the cops. That's a lot of fun. But Underground 2 is where it was at, man. Man, hours and hours of just customizing cars
Right.
and riding around. I didn't want to race anybody. I just want to ride around and jam.
Mazda Miata with the Vader kit. That was
Oh
it.
man,
That was my car.
240Z blacked out, top to bottom. I loved it. But Midnight Club was also, it was like the redheaded stepchild, right? But it was really good too. I feel like it didn't get its flowers because Need for Speed was so good and it dominated that era.
Need
But
for Speed got its own episode of Pimp My Ride. Come on.
But Midnight Club was right there, man. Like if you would go and play it, you'd be like, this is just as fun. It just didn't have the same brand awareness, right? So I just want to shout out that they were really good. Kat says, I've never seen NASCAR Dirt to Daytona. Okay. And NASCAR
Do
games,
tell. Come on.
I usually don't care about NASCAR games, but this one was a lot of fun because it was one of those games where I love progression and story modes, kind of, where you start out as a dirt track driver and you got to work your way up to NASCAR. I love stuff like that, where I got to
Okay.
like work to level up and like get better, where I'm like winning a bunch of races and then like, okay, now you're going to be driving in the truck series. Now you're going to be driving in the it's Xfinity now. It was Busch series then, and then it was Winston Cup then. Now it's I don't know what they call it now, but it's NASCAR. But that was a lot of fun. And then Gran Turismo, being a PlayStation person, those games were fun. I would race 100-lap races just for fun, just to like waste an afternoon.
And I will say from an outside point of view, I know how important Gran Turismo is to the fans out there, especially because that is the apex of what racing games are still to this day.
Oh yeah.
Comparative to anything like Sega or again Need for Speed even. So they get their flowers from me all the time, especially just watching. If something comes up on the tube and I'm like, yeah, this is just gorgeous. It's stunning, and
Oh, yeah.
even for the graphics at the time for
Yes.
whatever console it was on, they pushed the limit.
It was good stuff.
It really is.
And it was a simulator, so they tried to be as realistic as possible. You had to tune
Yes.
your car up. You had to get the right parts, right tires. I mean, you wanted everything for whatever race you were going to do. You had to be set up for that track. So that's what made it fun. It was less arcade, more simulator, but it was still a lot of fun. And,
Mhm.
and we'll talk more about because Project Gotham was kind of like the arcade version of Gran Turismo on Xbox. We'll talk about that too. But yeah, racing games were my jam back in the day.
I see you took them for a spin.
Yes.
So I had to do a part 2 since Mickey definitely had to, go a few laps around. So I do have some oddball games on here. If you've heard of them, great. If you haven't, awesome. Starting off with Frequency and Amplitude. Actually, it's Amplitude then Frequency.
Oh, sorry.
If anybody's heard of these games, more power to you. These were some of the first Binami style games. Post Power Rapper, the Rapper. These were kind of like the grandfather to what we would have as Guitar Hero. You actually played these games in this hexagon with the same type of tubular motion that you get like out of Guitar Hero, but you had to, again, the hexagon or the octagon, each side of it was a different instrument. So you would do the bass line, then you would do the drum line, then you would do the vocal line, then you do the backtrack, all kinds of stuff. I love these games. These were great pop music. You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Yes, it does, but there's a very different reason. This cat, I'll get there in a second. Going around. Next was X-Men Legends, coming off the heels of Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. Again, just an amazing game. Look, these games were literal dungeon crawlers.
Yes.
If you think about it, you look at Gauntlet, you look at these 3 games. They're the same exact game. Now, again, in the whole God of War era and whatnot, Devil May Cry. a masterpiece. I love Devil May Cry. I love Devil May Cry all the way up to 3. 4 is a little shaky. 5 was garbage. DMC was better than I think 5, and I'll stick by it. I
Okay.
don't care.
I never got big into that game, but I was into like the lore for some reason. Like I like the storytelling, but I did not care for the gameplay at all. I don't know what.
Did you watch the Netflix series?
Oh, dude, I loved it.
And the fact of all the nods they made, it was great. Another one that came like out of left field was Onimusha 3, Demon Siege. I have played Onimusha 2, and I was like, oh, this is cool. But then when I saw that Renee, what's his name, the actor was in this, and he mocapped himself and did all the voices and everything for his character, and it was a time traveling game that from modern day Paris, he got sent back to feudal Japan and vice versa, and I loved it. And then oddly enough, yes, you had Mortal Kombat on yours, but I have the most divisive Mortal Kombat game in the whole franchise history. You see which one it is?
It's Armageddon, right?
It's Armageddon.
I like
but it gets panned out of most.
Oh yeah,
and it's because I liked it because it introduced new characters, Dagon, Blaze, so on and so forth. And the fact that you had this free roaming thing, you started. This is where we started seeing the collection, and you started having this whole story and side quest. Tony Hawk 3, by far, probably one of the best skater games or best games of all time, definitely in the top 10 list. And then I have the Legend of Spyro series, as opposed to Spyro the Dragon series. Now, do you know the difference here?
I don't.
So these are 3 separate games that were done, all voiced by the great Elijah Wood as Spyro. Yep, one does not simply fly into Mordor. But what's great is this is a whole new take on the Spyro myth, legend, and legacy. Cinder is a major character in this, which we do eventually see. Thank you, Kat, for reminding me. And Skylanders. But it's also meta because Spyro they reinterpret the whole dragon lore. Purple dragons are special. You know, red dragons do fire, green dragons do air, blue dragons do electricity. Purple dragons can do it all. So by the time you get done, you're literally running around like a Swiss Army knife of elements. By the time you get to the 3rd game with Cinder, because she's a dark purple dragon, she gets things like lightning and death and poison and so on and so forth. And you can switch them out interchangeably.
Okay.
And then the best in-game joke that they did is that Sparks, his dragonfly companion, by the time has been revoiced 3 different times for each game. You had Billy West, you had Wayne Brady, and I cannot remember the last actor. I apologize. But by the time you get to the last one done by Wayne Brady, it's, oh man, I've been stuck in amber for like 100 years. Why did my voice change again?
That's a big difference. Billy West to Wayne Brady.
Yeah. And then you'll notice on here, I've talked about Mega Man before. I'm going to talk about it again. This is the anniversary collection. Okay. You talk to hardcore Mega Man fans. This is the pinnacle anniversary collection out there. It had the best it had the best add-ons, it had the best gallery, it had the best intuitive menus, it had the best gameplay, it had some of the best control use on there. And yes, I know we're talking just Mega Man, but the difference between playing a regular Mega Man game versus, say, a ROM, it's a big, big difference. So I've had 3 copies of this game because I've had it shipped out to me from home and it got smashed on, when I was out west serving. And I've just played it so much, I've literally burned the disc.
Dang. That's awesome.
So yeah, I like my game. I like my big games.
I like my Mega Man.
I do. I love my Mega Man. Like, I debated on getting a Mega Man tattoo, but then it would look really, really odd. What I'd like to get.
Okay. We'll figure something out.
Okay. Sounds good. Next.
I've got another little piece of nostalgia button to hit for you. Oh man, that feels so good. Just
not me.
I've seen
there's a reason why.
I've seen videos where it just keeps going. I'm like, just finish.
That is a good one. Or I've seen that and it goes into all the other ones like PlayStation 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah.
Like I said, I bought a GameCube before I got a PlayStation 2, but I really didn't. The only thing I played, I think, was Smash Brothers before I took it back. About a year later, maybe, my little brother got a GameCube for his birthday. So I was like, I'm gonna go over here and play some GameCube games because we would play together and stuff. So I got to play a lot of stuff, a lot of Sonic games with him. I got to play a lot of Mortal Kombat games with him. But there's one up here that's the best, and that's Luigi's Mansion. This was so good, and like
I will give it. It's just due. You'll find out why later.
we would just love to play Luigi's Mansion. We would also love to play Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, all that other stuff too. But Luigi's Mansion was special to us. We had so much fun together, just figuring this thing out and beating this game. It was a lot of fun. Smash Brothers caused a lot of fights, obviously. Mortal Kombat 2.
Look, I'll say it right now. I don't like Smash.
Oh man, I
Plain
loved
and
it.
simple.
I
don't
loved it
like
up
Smash.
until the Nintendo Switch, and then I don't know if it was old man energy or what, but I was like, there's just too much going on the screen. I can't see. I'll still play, but I was like, it's hard to tell what there's so much stuff flying around on that screen. It's hard to tell. But back then I had a lot of fun with it. We would play a lot. SSX Tricky is a snowboarding game. That's one of those that just kind of came out of nowhere that we would play
Great
for hours.
soundtrack, too.
Just play for hours having fun snowboarding. Like, who would have thought? Like, but we did play Tony Hawk's, as well, like you had on your last slide. So it kind of translates the same thing just on snow.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So yeah, I mean, GameCube was a small part, and I actually ended up playing it pretty recently. My little brother still has it,
Oh,
which
nice.
is cool. So he let my kids borrow it, and they would play Sonic Adventure 2 and all these other Sonic Riders, like because those are up here, kind of later in life playing with them. How much fun it was just playing with my kids. So yeah, GameCube had a small effect, but kind of a big effect in a way.
Don't forget your Mortal Kombats.
Yeah, and these were after Armageddon, I think.
No, these were the lead up to Armageddon.
Okay, because these were 3D as well, if I'm not mistaken. At least they were kind of revolutionary, right? To me,
that's when they introduced MK Gold was the first game that ever had 3D polygon characters. MK4, which was the beginning of this particular line of game series, is when they introduced weapons. Deception and Deadly Alliance is when they added to have the swappable 2 characters per run.
And
Sorry, got that.
You're good. I would make people mad because I would just play with Quan Chi and Scorpion all the time.
Oh,
I love Quan Chi so much. He's my mains in Mortal Kombat, man. And he had those 2 swords that nobody could touch me. I would not let you get anywhere near me with those 2 swords.
And just so everybody knows, the background here on this GameCube thing is actually a zoomed in version of the cube menu.
Okay.
I just didn't want the lettering. So yeah, that is the intersection of where the hologram is.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's not just Dolphin Gray.
Yeah. Now we're in Xbox, which yeah. The original Xbox was unique. It kind of sat in a place where, like, I never had one, right? But I would play stuff that for friends that had it, would go and play things. So I did get to play stuff. It's just one of those, like, it almost feels like a fever dream sometimes. Like, I don't even remember half this stuff that came out, but I did want to talk about a few things. Obviously Halo 2. I mean, they were the flagship games for this system and this franchise going forward, really. You can't say Xbox without thinking about Halo.
No, not at all.
There would be a lot of like fun get-togethers with friends, LAN parties. You remember that this is where that originated?
Oh, dude,
that's where this originated from. LAN parties. You ever heard that term, kids? This is where it started.
Now get off my lawn.
Playing Halo, LAN parties. Dude, I remember coming home from work. I was delivering pizza, and I came home, and my buddy, he didn't tell me. I was like, there's a lot of cars here at the apartment. We were roommates. I walked in, I was like, there was like 10 dudes, all with Xboxes, like in a corner of the room. And I was like, what is going on? We're having a LAN party. I was like, can I play? So that was cool. Project Gotham, like I mentioned earlier, a racing game, a lot of fun, more of an arcade version of Gran Turismo. They kind of skirted that line. Enter the Matrix. I watched a guy play that whole game, just fascinated because I love the movie. Never really played it myself, just kind of watched him play it because I liked it.
I tried to play it on PS2 because I know it was out there, and it just felt again, going back to the whole games, movie tie-in games, it just
Yeah.
it took yeah.
But the big one up here is Fable. Fable is fantastic. I don't know if you played Fable. I don't know if anyone else there. I'm sure someone out there listening has played Fable. I love Fable, the series itself. Fable 2, much more on Xbox 360, which we'll talk about in a future date. But this was the start of it, and it just hooked me. It was like a really good like RPG story that took me on a really
And
cool
the
like fantasy journey.
consequences.
Yeah. Especially again, I don't want to keep harping on it. Fable 2 is magnificent. Fable set the foundations. Fable 3 kind of fell on his face.
Yep.
We'll talk about that again later. But yeah, this is a really good start to something that moved over into Fable 2 that captured my heart. So that is why I put it up here. It's just pretty important to me in the lore of Xbox. And this is interesting.
So yeah, I didn't have either, so I have funny on base stories, and that's about it. So on base, so this was right around the time where I just joined the military, so I don't have my stuff really with me. Yeah, I had my mom send out my one copy of my memory card and Mega Man Anniversary, so I could go down to our little relax center, our single welfare MWR program stuff, and they had systems all set up. So you had the Xboxes, you had the PlayStations, you had the PlayStation 2, you had the GameCubes. So I went to town on Soul Calibur 2 for Xbox. Now, do you remember what was so interesting about Soul Calibur 2 specifically?
No, not 2.
So Soul Calibur 2 was a cross-platform game. It was released on Xbox, it was released on GameCube, and it was released on PlayStation. But, depending on which version you had, depending on what special character you got to go with it. So if you take a look on the box art here for Soul Calibur 2, do you notice somebody who's really odd-looking top right corner?
Yeah, but I can't tell who it is in this picture.
Well, we know for a fact this character is going to be showing up in some new comics from Mr. McFarlane.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's Spawn. I can't tell you. Spawn was my main on this. And I did try playing it on GameCube. On GameCube, it was Link.
Yeah.
And then on PlayStation, it was from Tekken, Hachi.
Yeah. Okay.
And the best part is that you wouldn't get extra weapons. You couldn't swap them out because it's Soul Calibur. You got different sets of brass knuckles. That was it. And I too had to play Halo. Obviously, I was on base with a whole bunch of guys who were keyboard and cowboys, and yeah, man, we can do this. Halo has a very special spot for me. I do have, when we get to Halo 3, a very adorable story. And then my nephews had Halo 1, 2, and 3 or whatever. They had an original Xbox when I first started, dating my now wife. And they're like, hey, come on, Tom, let's go play some Coliseum or whatnot. It's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, these kids could probably beat me to nobody's business nowadays.
Yeah.
But I used to take 4 of them on by myself. Just give me a sniper rifle and a needler, and I was it. I was done.
Okay.
And they'd go, how'd you play so good? And you know how I answered that question? I made them go back and play Mega Man. The original Mega Man. I say, you got good or you got dead.
Get good, kid.
Now, why do I have the GameCube out here? And why is Mega Man 0 on here?
Yeah, why?
Because I never played any GameCube games. I only played Game Boy Advance games on the Game Boy player on the GameCube. And that was my introduction to the Mega Man 0 franchise.
Oh, okay.
So I played Mega Man 0 on the big screen in the barracks when I was on watch for a whole 3 weeks while I was at one particular command. And the worst part, it wasn't even in my rack. It was in somebody else's rack. I was like, yeah, okay, man, I got this. And I just kept playing and playing and playing. Dude, you're still here? Yeah, shut up. Whoa, I outranked you. Shut up. I got to go to bed. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I borrow a ticket in my room? No. All right. So for a guy who never had these systems, these are my stories for him. But yeah, that's what I got for not having them. But Halo, again, it is genre defining. It has a long legacy. We don't talk about the Paramount show, and then Soul Calibur. I've always been a fan of Soul Calibur game. Always been a fan. I love Soul Calibur, the whole Soul series. Heck, I think I just got the PS4 version downloaded on my PS5 of Soul Calibur 6 because I just kind of miss playing it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I
Nope.
feel like that about Mortal Kombat sometimes. Like, I just miss playing Mortal
Right?
Kombat.
Especially when you get good with the story. Like, oh, that's another one that should have been on this list. Shaolin Monks.
Yeah, dude,
Mortal
that was a
Kombat
lot of
Shaolin
fun
Monks.
too.
That was fun too, man.
I like that little era of. It's probably because my little brother liked it too, so we played it together. So it's kind of even more so. But that little era of Mortal Kombat was awesome to me. Yeah,
You know, getting those little side
yeah,
games or story games, like, you know, we finally got to see where Ermac really came from. But you
yeah.
know, that was the best part. And then, you know, we do have to have everything at hand real quick.
Oh yeah, we do, don't we?
Yep. Now we did talk about Game Boy already, but I had a very big time skip personally.
Dude,
I went all the way from Game Boy all the way straight to 2DS.
Dude. So just real quick, funny story for me. I never played anything handheld after Game Boy. Not because I didn't want to, but because I got mad and headbutted my Game Boy and broke it. Right?
Headbutted your Game Boy?
I did. I don't even remember what I was playing now, but I got mad, and my parents were like, "We're never buying you another handheld game again." And I was like, "Okay, that tracks." So it just never happened again because they're like, "We're not buying you another one." Like, okay, so it never happened again.
Okay, so for me, I went straight to 2DS, and oddly enough, the reason me and the girlfriend, now wife, both got 2DSs so we could play Pokemon. We were taking a cross country flight, and so I had Soul Silver, she had Hard Gold, and I still have the Poke trackers that come with those special editions.
That's awesome.
Yep, and trust me, those things are worth some dough now.
Oh,
Other great games were the Super Mario Brothers. Again, you give me a good platformer, I'll play Mario all day.
yep.
I have certain things about some of the more recent Mario games, but yeah. Now, what's interesting, if you're not familiar with the Pokemon games,
Oh, I am.
so Pokemon Gold and Silver were technically remakes of the Gen 2 game, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So I had skipped Gen 3, 4, and this came out right around 4 and 5. So I got to learn all the mechanics and the backtracking of everything. And then I jumped from Heart Gold Soul Silver to the 3DS and went straight to Gen 5 with Pokemon Sun. So I missed X, Y,
Oh, yeah.
Alpha.
Me too.
You know, I Sapphire, Ruby, Black and White, and I jumped right into Sun. And then I've been playing every single mainline Pokemon game since Sun.
Yeah. I didn't really get back into it until the Switch came out,
Mhm.
but I've been playing them ever since. Yeah.
And then we have a fun thing at our house because there's 3 of us technically in our home. So when it comes to the starters, we actually are on rotation. So it's not like, oh, well, I get this one and you get that one and I get this one. So like with ZA coming out,
There you go.
I get the water type, wife gets the fire type, so on and so forth. So we're always constantly rotating.
That's how I do with my kids. I got 2 kids. They're like,
Yep.
we're all gonna pick one, a different one, and have fun with it. I
But
usually pick the water one. That's usually my main.
but rotate it, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
rotate it. It
sometimes
gives you it gives you good perspective, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it, man.
Yeah, that's for that for part 2.
Yes. For part 2. Part 3 is coming soon. We were going to try and shoehorn in Wii and PlayStation, Xbox 360, but I think that and this is the real big reason that I came up with. There are too many indie game developers that have come out since then, since the idea of digital downloads, and we want to really make sure that we give them their just due because we can finally stop talking about all the A1 games. Because if I say Quantum Conundrum, how many people have played that game?
Not me.
Exactly. If I talk about Pain, how many people have played that game?
That sounds familiar, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
High Velocity Bowling.
Nope.
Outworld.
I know Outworld.
The one where you turned red and blue?
Yeah.
Okay. You lucked out. But that's what I'm getting at. There's so many games out there. We want to make sure that we give them their space and their just due. So in the meantime, we want to make sure that you're following along here with all of our great content because we got the comics, the movies, the TV, the wrestling. You can find us on all the socials. But the only way to make sure that you're getting all the great content here on YouTube is you make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Then you ding the thing, make it ring, hit that bell for the notifications, and then smack that thumbs up to let the GEO know that we're doing our job.
Smack it.
So again, make sure to come back here because A is for another one. We're following up with all the part 2s here on Nerd Initiative, and we want to make sure you're following along with us.
Yep.
So, Mickey, what else you got?
Another
one.
Another one. Yeah. Yeah, not much. Thanks for watching, guys. That we will have another part 3, obviously, of video games sometime in the future. But yeah, other than that, just remember, when you play
for keeps. I'm out.
Bye, everybody.